Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Star Wars A New Hope Luke Skywalker. And there you go. And then there you go, as simple as that. Wow, that face is a little creepy looking. I would probably not have my figure posed with that face, because it looks very odd. Man, that's weird. So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts A New Hope Luke Skywalker. This is a figure I'm pretty excited for, a lot more than I thought I'd be, and it looks like Tamashii Nations really did an awesome job with this piece. The detail looks great, the articulation, will be good for the most part, and it looks like we get some pretty awesome accessories as well. But anyway, let's get into the review and start off with the packaging for Luke Skywalker. So basic packaging for the SH Figuarts Star Wars line. We got black and silver for the main colors of the box. We get the window right there. So Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. The bottom of it is the blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. There's the top of the box right there. And then the one side of it. And then the other side of it. And then the back of the packaging shows a bunch of different poses you can get the figure into along with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at Luke Skywalker. Alrighty, so taking a closer detailed look at young Skywalker here before he became a Jedi, and Tamashii Nations once again did a very nice job with a Luke Skywalker figure. The face sculpt looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but you do see some Mark Hamill in there. It does also look like Tobey Maguire once again, and I don't understand why Tamashii Nations keeps using gold for blonde, like dirty blonde hair. It just doesn't make sense. He's not a Super Saiyan. So Tamashii Nations, please stop using gold for dirty blonde hair. But they did put a very nice wash all throughout it, and the sculpt work looks great. So nice sculpt work. The paint's good on it, it's just, it shouldn't be gold. That's not what dirty blonde looks like. The face sculpt's pretty good. The eyes look good on it too. It's a lot better than the Mace Windu. They're not all derpy looking. And they did a very nice job with the 3D printing on these eyes as well. So nice work on that. Skin tone looks good. Just kind of looks a little plain around the neck and the chest right there because there's no paint shading on it. So kind of sucks, but it still looks alright. Now the tunic here, this is one of my favorite parts about this figure. They just did some beautiful sculpt work all throughout it, especially around the midsection area. I just love the way the sculpt looks. And they did put very subtle paint shading all throughout the tunic. The only thing I noticed, if you look at these pieces right here up by the shoulders, hiding the joints, they didn't put any paint shading on them, so they look much lighter in color compared to the rest of the tunic around the torso and the arms. So that's a little disappointing, but other than that, the rest of it really looks beautiful. Just very nice job with these sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. The arm right there looks good. Nice sculpt work. And then the back, pretty cool looking. So very nice job on the tunic. There is the belt right there. That holds the lightsaber. We get a pouch there. Another little one. We get some sort of canister right here. You can't remove it, so don't try to. I was seeing if you can. But it's molded on there, so you will break it if you try to take it off. But I really like the way the paint for the buckle looks. It's like a gunmetal type color. It's very cool looking. I like how they painted silver on the buttons on the belt right there and on the pouches. And then we get two more pouches in the back. And I like the sculpted wrinkles on the pouches back here too. That looks pretty cool. And then the lower portion from the belt down to the end of the tunic right there, it is a separate piece, so you can move it around, and it won't hinder too much articulation, but it does hinder some of it. But nice sculpt work on it. We do get the little bit of paint shading, so nice work on that. Now for the pants here, as you can see, they are a darker, like beige type color, or tan type color. And the way they did the paint shading made his pants look dirty, so that kind of makes sense since he's like living in a desert type planet. We do see these seams right there, nice sculpted wrinkles, mostly around the knees. We do see some sculpted wrinkles at the upper thigh right there. Here's the back of them. And then another one of my favorite things about this figure is his boots. Those look awesome. Love the sculpt work, and I love that they put a nice like brown wash all throughout them. Very nice looking. It's the back of the boots there. Two disappointing things about the feet to me. It's only on my right foot though. As you can see, the toes, see how this one doesn't have the wash on it, but that one does. So that's disappointing that they forgot to put the darker brown wash on the right toe right there. And then if you look how the sole is a dark brown, there's a little bit of sloppy paintwork. It's going onto the boot right there, so that's a little disappointing as well. Here's the bottom of them. I mean, but other than that, I really have no other complaints besides them not putting the paint shading on these pieces, hiding the joints, and his hair being gold. I mean, overall, I think they did an incredible job on the detail, and I am very satisfied with it. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, and we get some really cool stuff included with this Luke. We do get his lightsaber blade, and then the hilt. And I want to show you something. I'm a little disappointed with this lightsaber blade, because if you look there, there's the blue paint that they put on it. But then on this side, there's none. So that is very disappointing, and I just see specks of blue paint all throughout it. So horrible job on the lightsaber blade. That might be an issue with all of them. I'm not sure. It might just be mine. So just want to let you guys know about that. That's a little disappointing. The hilt does look pretty good though. The sculpt looks alright. And the paint's pretty clean for the most part. A little bit of sloppiness there. Then we do get the peg insert there, so you can peg in the hilt to the belt right there. As you can see, you peg it in like so, and then there you go. You can holster his lightsaber. Of course, without the blade, I was just too lazy to take it out. And then we also get this awesome accessory, which is probably one of my favorites that is included with this figure. This is when he's training in A New Hope on the Millennium Falcon with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know what this ball thing's called, but I'm just going to call it the Jedi Training Ball Thing. But a very nice sculpt and paint on it. As you can see that. And then there is a peg insert, and it's meant to peg into a Tamashii Nation stand. But Luke's arms are strong enough to hold up the lightsaber with this accessory piece on it. So it's really not necessary to use the Tamashii Nation stand. But I love the orange translucent plastic here for the blast. And then they did sculpt lines in it too, so I really like that added tiny detail. And then we do get the impact of it hitting the lightsaber blade. I mean, that looks beautiful. And it's very sharp, so be careful. And then they did put blue paint on it as well. I do have a clump of blue paint right there. Very cool looking. And we do have like a little insert right there, which is meant for the lightsaber. All I do, you just slide it in a little bit, and then it holds in there. And then Luke, like I said, holds it up perfectly fine without connecting this into a Tamashii Nation stand. So we do get those two accessories. And then we also get 6 interchangeable hands. We do get a pair of fists. Let's take a closer look here. Very nice sculpt and paintwork on them. And I feel like these are reused from the Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we do get a pair of those. The only issue though with interchanging the hands is this new point of articulation at the forearm kind of makes it a little irritating to interchange the hands. So just beware about that. So we get a pair of those. And then we also get a pair of open hands right here. Very nice sculpt and paint on them. I love the sculpted lines like on the inside of the hands. Looks pretty cool. But I don't see sculpted fingernails, so that's a little disappointing. But nice sculpt and paint on those, so we get a pair of those. And then we also get a pair of gripping hands where the thumbs are molded together to the fingers. But he does hold the lightsaber perfectly fine. You might cause paint rub though. So just beware about that. So those are all the interchangeable hands, and then we also get 2 interchangeable faces. Then we get an interchangeable head with his hair, and then an interchangeable head with the helmet. So we'll take a look at the faces first. And we get this one here that comes on the figure out of the packaging. And we already took a look at it before. This is like the basic, regular looking face sculpt. And Tamashii Nations did a very good job on it. Like I said, it's not perfect, but the likeness of Mark Hamill is there. And then the other one we get here is a smiling face sculpt, but I really don't like this one at all. It's just kind of creepy looking. I'll show you what it looks like on the figure. The way you interchange the faces is you got to pop the front piece of the hair and the face off like so. And then you got to kind of pull on the sides, because there is like these pegs that go on the side of the head right there. So you got to pull on the sides and then pull the head down and it comes off like so. And then to put the other one on, just peg it in the top and then the side pieces pretty much go in on their own. And then there you go, and you put this face on like so, and then there you go, you get a very creepy looking Mark Hamill. I mean, it's cool we do get two interchangeable faces, but I really don't like this one at all. So we get those interchangeable faces, and then we also get this interchangeable head right here with the helmet, which is probably one of my favorite accessories. I mean, the detail looks great on it. Nice paintwork. Nice sculpt as well. Very cool looking. I really like the way the visor looks on the front, the paint that they put on there. It looks like they put a wash on. Very cool looking. And the way you put a face in there, you see, you just split it down the middle, like so. And you do see the front of his hair right there, and then the back piece of his hair. You can remove this, but it's kind of pointless because you can't even use it on the figure because there's a bunch of holes in the back of the hair. So I would just say leave it on. And then to put another face on, you can either do it like this and pop it in that hair piece first, then put it on. But I would say do it this way to get these two pegs secured in there, like so. And then you just slide the front piece of the helmet on, and then there you go, as simple as that. Now let's see what Luke looks like with this head on. And that looks awesome. This is how I will probably have my Luke Skywalker displayed, with that blast effect accessory and the lightsaber like he's training. But anyway, those are all the accessories included with A New Hope Luke. Let's continue on with the rest of the review. So now for the height of Luke, he stands about 5 3/4 inches tall, and then here he is compared to the Mafex C-3PO figure, the Mafex R2-D2 figure, and the SH Figuarts future version of himself figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Darth Maul figure and the SH Figuarts Mace Windu figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Captain Phasma figure and the SH Figuarts TR-8R figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakening Warrior Super Saiyan Goku figure and the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta figure. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for young Luke's articulation, we get 2 points at the neck, one at the upper neck and one at the lower neck. So the upper neck joint only looks up about that much because it gets hindered by his hair. And then looks down about that much. There's no pivot at all because of what type of joint that is in the upper neck joint, but we do get swivel up there. The lower neck joint, great forward and back movement. Slightly pivots, it does get hindered by the collar of the tunic, and then we do get swivel up there as well, so we get some okay movement at both those neck joints. We get no torso articulation, we just get some waist movement, so the waist goes forward about that much, goes back a decent amount. We do get some pretty good pivot, and it does swivel as well. Now for the shoulders here, we get a nice armpit joint that moves all around, so nice movement there, and then the arms go out to the sides. A little more than 90 degrees, they do go up and down. No bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder. Now for the elbows, we get a single bend right there, bends in a little more than 90 degrees, and it does swivel as well. Now we get something new here. As you can see inside his sleeve, you can see his forearm, and it's on like a hinge, so you can move it up and down, so I found that pretty cool, but it does make it a pain in the ass to interchange his hands. Now for the wrists, they do swivel and they hinge back and forth, basic for Tamashii Nations. Now for the legs here, there is no shifting leg joint, so you can't shift this leg down, but his leg does kick forward about 90 degrees. The lower portion of the tunic hinders it just a little bit, only goes to the back about that much, and then kicks out to the side a little more than 45 degrees, a little disappointing there, and then we do get swivel up there as well. And we get a single bend at the knee that bends back a little more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Now for the ankles here, they do swivel, they hinge up a pretty good amount, and then they hinge down just a little bit, and then we get some alright pivot there, and then some toe articulation. I mean, so overall, we do get some hindered movements, but you do get some nice articulation with this Luke Skywalker, and I am satisfied with it. But Overall, I do recommend this figure, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan or if Luke Skywalker is one of your favorite characters. Definitely pick this one up without a doubt. It is way better than the Black Series one and well worth the money. A couple of issues and complaints I have. One of them is being the smiling face sculpt. That one just looks really freaky. And I don't know, it just looks weird on the figure. Another one is the lightsaber. They only painted half of it blue, the blade, so that is extremely disappointing to me. And then another thing is on the right toe, there's a little bit of sloppy paintwork around the sole, and then on the right toe as well, they didn't put the brown wash on it. Meanwhile, it's on the left one, so it looks a little odd. Another one is the gold hair. I wish they would just make it blonde, like a yellowish type color. And then the last thing is the pieces hiding the shoulder joints. I wish they added paint shading on them because they stand out a little brighter compared to the rest of the tunic. But other than that, Tamashii Nations did an outstanding job with this piece. The detail was executed extremely well. Mostly the sculpt. The paint was really well done too. The accessories are just awesome. And then the articulation is okay. Could be a little bit better, but it's good enough for the most part. And this is definitely the best 5-inch, 6-inch scale A New Hope Luke Skywalker figure, and very happy now owning this in my collection. And if you would like to get this figure into your collection, he does retail for about 50 through 70 bucks depending on where you purchase it. I had mine imported from Japan from Anime Export. I don't know if they still have them in stock, but if not, you could always check in with my buddy from agelessgeeks.com. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts A New Hope Luke Skywalker. Hope you enjoyed my review. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and favorite the video too. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a but this piece is looking little. So we get some basic packaging for the SH Figuarts Star Wars line, black and silver for the main colors of the box. We get the Android, the Mayfex C-3PO, and Poop-a-da-boo. And then we do get a pair of molded thumb to hand to fingers gripping hands. Damn it, son of a gun. We do get a bunch of interchangeable and blah blah blah.